Goodwill. And what I'm going to do today is pack up the auction winnings from my auction I did yesterday, and also give you a breakdown on what I made, what everything's going to cost, and vice versa. And so I can bring you in on my journey to see if I can make a profit and proof of concept for trying to make a little bit of extra money doing this. Now, I don't expect this to replace my income or anything, but it'd be nice to never have to use an income for comics. Just use comics for comics. That's what I'm trying to do. And there were two guys that helped me come to this conclusion: Hialeah Comic Bro and Discovery Bay Comics. And they're both here to join me. How you doing, fellas?
What's going
How
on?
you doing, man? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. So I'll be talking a few things here and packing stuff. So I'm going to leave the screen on as it is now. And hey, speaking of Tina, there she is. Good morning, Tina.
Good morning, Tina. How are you?
Anyway, so y'all can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I'm going to get started on these packing things here. And I'll also be showing you while I pack how I don't use any tape except to close the package up in the box.
I'm looking forward to seeing this. I like to see how you're going to pack with no tape.
Yeah. Always throws a wrench. A wrench.
I know he's got, and I love packaging. I don't know if you guys, if anybody's watching me, you know, and I open a package, the first thing I do is just break down the packaging and be like, ooh, you know. Last night I got a package from Edwin at Strictly Comics, which is probably the pinnacle of packaging, the absolute pinnacle of comic book packaging. And when you get a package from Edwin at Strictly Comics, you'll see what I'm talking about. When it shows up and you're like, wow, it's sealed in heavy, thick plastic, wrapped in bubbles. It's got the perfect cardboard. It's got pull tabs once you get in it.
Pull tabs.
Nice.
I think it had pull tabs. I might be giving him credit where he's not due. I think it had pull tabs.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's professional right there.
If you're going to do tape, pull tabs are awesome.
Yes, but I want to see this method because you're talking no tape. The no tape packing. We need to rename this called the no tape packing method, comic book method.
All right. Well, before I get to that, I'll let you know what I made for the auction. I won't list what everyone paid or anything. I'll just give you totals. I sold 4 items. 3 of them were slabs, and 1 was the limited series of Wolverine 1 through 4. Grand total gross, what I made was $254 selling all that.
Wow.
Good stuff.
Now, $54 of that is going to go to shipping. So that's money in, money out. Mm-hmm. I don't count it.
Don't count it.
Now, I had to buy some tape because the tape I had was this kind of tape that's got the like cloth inside of it, you know?
Okay. The shipping.
And that tape's hard to work with. I mean, it is almost indestructible, but so I bought some new tape and 2 things of bubble wrap. That cost me $36 total. I'm not to the point where I can buy bubble wrap in bulk yet, so it's a little bit expensive. So that leaves me with $164 that I have to go buy more comics and try and do something with.
Awesome.
Love it.
So hopefully it's going to go well. Now, as far as the limited series goes, here's how I like to package it. I take them all and I put them in Silver Age bags. Even though they're modern, I have them in Silver Age bags. I happen to buy the resealable, so no tape there.
So that gets it more centered in the bag, right? Because you got more board around it.
Yeah. So I put 1 down right side up.
Go big. Go big. Let's see it.
So I put it down right side up. In other words, it's like this on the table. Then the next one, issue 2, I will have it facing me, but upside down.
Okay.
That way I'm alternating spines, but I'm not getting anything really crushed. And then issue 3, of course, same pattern. It'll go right side up on top, all of them facing up. And then 4, of course, upside down right there on the bottom. Now, then I take a board, Silver Age. I normally like to use a Golden Age because they're a little wider, but I don't have any right now, so I use Silver Age. Put 1 on top and 1 on bottom. So So bottom and top. And then I break out the bubble wrap. I've already torn off some bubble wrap. It's just 2 sections here. I go on the flat side and I put the books in and I straighten the books up, and I'm on a flat table. I know you can't see. And I fold one side over and fold the other side over so they're tight in there. The books are tight. So simple, tight package. Then I go to my stack of Geminis and I fold the Gemini the way it needs to be folded, like so. And I lay it on the table and I set the books in on the Gemini. Now there is hang off on the top and the bottom of the book with bubble wrap. So when I set this in here, they're still tight because that's how I wrap them in the bubble wrap. But when I fold over the Gemini's flaps, it squishes the bubble wrap and creates tension. And I don't let go of the Gemini with my hand. I'm holding on to it as I flap the side flaps over. Flip the side flaps over. And so that's the Gemini right there. And then I make sure this is as tight as I can get it to create the most tension available. So that's it right there.
So inside that package, no tape. You're not taping it down at all. You're just saying if I wrap it tight enough, put enough tension on it, it's not going to move. And the only tape is this piece right here. Put a pull tab on it. Put a pull tab on it. Come on, man.
What's the
only
most
tape is right here.
What's the most books that fit in a
You
Gemini?
don't need a pull tab for this tape right here. It's just a simple with a pair of scissors or a knife.
But they don't
And you
need
open the book up.
scissors or a knife. If you had a little pull on it, you'd pull it off. Come on, man.
But anyway, so the job of packing it well is to protect it during shipping. It's
Right.
not to protect it once it gets cut open and you can hold it in your hand. It's safe now. It's already at the destination. So once this gets cut open and the tension's released, the books are able to move. But while it's shipping, thanks to the bubble wrap and the flaps on the Gemini, the tension should hold it in place. And if it were to drop on its corner, being in Silver Age bags,
That's it.
it
They're an
will probably
oversized bags.
give it some elasticity to bounce back.
They're an oversized bags and boards. Yeah.
So it should be safe. And then once I have it in the Gemini, I always put them in with the flap closure at the bottom, just in case some weird thing happens and it opens up. It's going to fall out into this legal flat rate envelope. And that's it. I just close the envelope up, address it, and ship it out.
All right. There's
Now,
in
I
the
will
Gemini
admit, if
mailer.
it's 1 or 2 books, that's too thin. I will use tape on that. But if it's
Okay.
3 or more, you can do the tension method. And I have never had anyone complain. And I've sent books to CGC and got 9/8 doing it this way.
All right. All right.
What's the most books that fit in a Gemini?
Do what?
Man. I'll tell you what. I've
the-
pressed
I didn't
the
hear you.
limits for a couple of my customers, man. I've definitely pressed the limits. I think I've gotten probably 14 into a Gemini mailer into. Now, what it is, there's some predefined parts to bend.
Mhm.
You can't use those because you're actually like another step past them. So what I do is I score with the blade across the top and then create my own fold.
I got
So
you.
that I make the Gemini mailer just a smidgen fatter than they designed it to be, and you can still get it in that envelope. And then when I get to the post office, I'm always standing in a line, so I like to maybe sometimes slap some of their tape on the corners of those envelopes,
Yeah.
just so they don't start to tear open. And yeah, that's my deal.
Do you do the same thing with the bubble wrap that Will just did?
Yeah, I like to put a bubble wrap in there. No, it depends. No, I don't actually wrap them on the books. I actually will tape them. That Gemini mailer's got that flap that
Yeah.
comes up. On 3 points, I will put tape to the board with pull tabs, of course. So you pull them off the top. Those books are taped to that board, so I don't want them sliding back and forth or up and down at all in there. Then if I don't have enough tension, I'll fold up some bubble, put it on top, when I close it, just to get a little more oomph, squish down. I also am having luck with when some customers that have bought slabs and books. I'll fill out the books in 2 Gemini mailers and sandwich them on either side of the slab, which is wrapped in bubble, and then just add extra cardboard down the sides of the box. So that's another thing.
You're putting that one in the priority box, right?
Bub's Comics, man.
You talking to me or?
Yeah, always priority boxes. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And then, hey, man, they're giving they're giving you the packaging materials. So those envelopes that we use, I also use those when I ship slabs because I like them to wrap around the top and the bottom. Because in case you're cutting across, there's just an extra on the sides. Anyway.
Yeah. Now, as far as slabs, I don't use tape on them either. What I do is I take off some bubble wrap, and this is the slab inside the case. Well, it's upside down. There's the slab.
Yeah.
And I start wrapping it this way.
Okay.
And then once I get a decent amount there, I start taking the bubble wrap again, and I'm going to wrap the other way.
The other way, yeah. I've exhausted, but I'll tell you, the big bubble that you get from Midtown, those are perfect for wrapping slabs in. They're almost the perfect size for you to wrap and tape in it. And one layer of this huge fat bubble that you get in your Midtown boxes is it works really well for slabs.
I take all my bubble wrap.
Javi, what's up, guys? What's up? The immortal Biggie Shack in the house. Yeah, we're gonna sort some books today, right? We're gonna find out if that book's worth $1.
Okay. Anyway, so just the other way on the bubble wrap, the side to side, I fold it over and over. And I also try and make it tight. That way I have bubble wrap folding in on bubble wrap, just taking up even more room in the box. Because what you don't want is movement,
Yeah, I always like to shake the box, and just see if it moves, because you don't want it slamming back and forth and up and down.
That's the main objective.
I will admit, once I get through taping the over and under, I don't use near as much bubble wrap doing that as I do on this side to side. I mean, ever since I started talking, I've been folding it over, wrapping in bubble wrap. So that's the whole thing when we're completely done.
Yeah, it's pretty bulletproof, right?
Yeah. And then I get me a box together. And I trust the tape or the sticky glue stuff they have on these boxes right there.
The strip.
Yeah.
But I always like to add at least one piece of tape just in case.
Yeah, I like to tape those too sometimes. If they're bulging, maybe. If they sit clean, I probably won't. Or where I'm sending them, sometimes I'll just tape the seams up because I'm afraid it might, someone might put it on the porch and it could sit in the water. And if it's sitting on its side, I'd rather have it in the tape on the corners. So I'll literally tape the whole ends to people that are going in the East Coast. Just on their porch, like on the side.
I just do one thing of tape there. And then, by the way, if you don't want to have trash, use it as packing. And then the book just sits right in here. And
extra padding.
Yeah. And now it's, as you can see, it's still got some room on the side. So what I do is take an old newspaper or something and pack the rest of it so it doesn't have any movement. That way I can not use all my bubble wrap up. And then that's it. I just wrap in bubble wrap. It's also in a Mylar. It's in a case to begin with, and it's in 2 different layers of bubble wrap plus the box. Even if it gets wet, unless there's a monsoon coming down on it, it should be fine.
Should be fine.
Here's one of the moves that I like to use their packaging for. And I think it kind of helps is if you take one of these envelopes right here, one of those, I always like to fold them in right over like that, and that will cap both ends in this box. So when you open the box, you see that.
Okay.
That's covering it, and it's all, it's covering the top and the bottom. So that's just next, and they're free, right? I mean, so one on the top and the bottom just to cap it off, and it also helps with the movement. You know, that's one.
Okay.
That's a good idea. I've never done that one.
Yeah.
You
So
read Bob's? You read Bob?
you just saw Bubs.
Oh man, that's awesome.
It's hilarious.
Oh man.
Wolf Blitz. I wish I could do it. I'd probably take me 10 years to do it to get one of those books, but
What's
hey.
up? What's up with Jeff's in the house? Jeff Comics.
J Hood,
Orange Chestnut stopping by.
everybody's in here.
Man, you bringing them all.
So anyway, that's my no tape method. What do you think?
I think
Yeah, if you get the tension, it could be done. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my thing is I always hate tape because whenever I'm sent a package, most of the time it's got so much tape on it, I feel like I might damage the book trying to get it out. And if it's a slab, I'm thinking I might drop it and crack the slab and have to do a reholder or something. So
Yeah.
That's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point, Will. I've gotten packages and there's so much tape on it that I've been nervous taking out like a raw book because they just overdo it, man. That's a great point.
yeah. And I also don't like tape on comic book bags in general because I don't like taking the tape off, putting it back on, taking the tape off, putting it back on. Eventually, tape does lose its stickiness, and your hands aren't exactly the cleanest thing. You're getting oils on them. So I have fallen in love with the resealable bags.
Yeah, they're awesome.
And I don't really open my books up that much. So if it's good for at least 5 open and closings, that's good enough for me. And of course, they're good for a lot more than that. So
Yeah, they are. You don't have to spend money on tape. You don't have to worry about them getting stuck. And I think it's a plus too. I'm surprised more people don't use them.
That's cool.
Well, according to JP, he said the argument he has heard is what happens if you put your book on the back of it and it gets sticky. And my statement to that is, what the heck are you doing putting the book on the back where there's sticky stuff?
Exactly, man. Exactly.
I mean,
Hey Doc, it hurts when I do this. Yeah, man, don't do this. You know.
yeah. So, anyway, that's how I go about packing these books up. And it's raining right now. If it clears up this afternoon, I will mail all these out to everyone today. If not, I'll probably do it in the morning, but it will not be later than tomorrow. These will all get shipped out. Priority for everything. I don't do anything else because, man, isn't priority simple?
It's so simple.
Yeah.
Tracking, $50 of insurance,
Yes.
Yeah,
3 days, boom.
Yeah.
3 days.
If not sooner.
Yeah, and it's $8 for the legal.
Yeah.
I'm rounding up. $8 for the legal, 15 for both of the medium flat rates. I
Right.
love it, man.
Joker's got. He says he uses card. Now I like this too. When I get a Gemini mailer and inside, I think it's like even. I at first I think a Gemini mailer is bulletproof, but the people that actually sandwich your book in cardboard and then put that in the Gemini mailer, I mean that's just freaking bulletproof.
I know that's why I put in at least something like the boards I was talking about, top and bottom. You need something in there just in case. And if I have like 1 or 2 books, I will use tape and I will beef it up a little bit. Then I'll still do the bubble wrap and I'll still fold it all in there good.
Yeah.
I save a lot of the materials. I don't sell, but when I do buy, I save all that material because sending it to CGC or sending an AOK, I just save all that stuff, man. I haven't bought bubble wrap in the longest.
Oh yeah, I haven't bought bubble wrap.
I just wrap.
I got. Come on.
I got like a stack of bubble wrap inside that closet. I use these boards. CGC usually comes with these little cardboard, but I just save all that and I use
Save all, absolutely. Yeah, I know. When Joker said he uses cardboard, I'm using like old backing boards. I'll sandwich
boards. Yeah.
comic books in between the two, and then you put that in the Gemini mailer, and then I tape this down to that flap in the mailer.
Mhm.
So when you're pulling the tape, it's not on the books, it's on these. Well,
Yeah, I like using back.
I got enough old
review
bag
because they're already sized for the comic, and you can buy the 84, 86 point super thick ones too.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm thinking the opposite. I've never had a problem with the receivable bag. With Scotch tape, yeah, I've ruined a couple of books with Scotch tape, man.
Man, if you're wanting to dance, you can choose the song, but I'm going with resealable myself.
Yeah, me too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's.
And when I use my lyres, blue tape, man, blue tape. Haven't had a problem with that yet.
I actually have ruined a Hulk 180 before with Scotch tape.
Bummer.
Luckily, it was in 2006, and it was when it was worthless. But
Hey,
But you'll never forget it. You've never forgotten it, though.
no, I have not. I remember I was with this is actually another crazy
hey,
Ed
just in
story.
case anybody in the chat hasn't seen this, this was a prank by Mr. Miracle that I didn't know was a prank at the time.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make you.
And I'll show you this address because this is my PO box. And if you want to send me anything, feel free. Like T-shirts. Anyway, but look who it came from. Okay, that's Icy Wiener. Now I didn't notice at the time, right? But I got this, and it has a note in it. Oh no, there's a note. The note's the funniest part. Oh, here it is. And the note says, "I found a smaller envelope, so I saved you on shipping. Sent in a bubble mailer to protect the comic." So this was a gag, and he was actually on the panel with me live, and everyone was laughing their ass off because I didn't recognize the IC wiener thing. But Bill from economics is like, dude, I don't want to see your wiener. And that's when it clicked on me that this is a freaking gag. But yeah, he had folded up a comic with a note that said, I found a smaller envelope and saved you on shipping.
Yeah, that is wrong, dude.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. Now, Bubs makes a good point on the
Ooh.
safe tape never pulls, and if you notice when you use the
Regular
even if you use something
tape.
like painter's tape, it tends to curl back. So odds are it's not going to do anything. But I still I'm a stupid farm boy from Alabama. I'm just going to use the resealable.
Nice.
But
Will, how do you feel?
anyway, yeah. So that's
do you
my
feel
story
your
of why I
first
don't
auction
like using tape.
Will, how do you feel your first auction went?
Oh, how it went? It went pretty good. I didn't get that many people that gave me feedback on it that I caught at least, but the people that did said they liked it and they loved how it went fast. And do what?
Bubs will press that out for me. That's good, man. You're on fire today.
Bub's always on fire.
He's on fire today, man.
Yeah. But
Oh man.
anyway, yeah, that's the thing that they said they liked when they said it was that it was fast.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'd rather have someone mad because they didn't have enough time to get a bid in and sell 5 extra lots in an hour than do it the other way.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool. End line. Just as long as you're okay with knowing that may not have been the best method to get the most money.
You will make more money selling a book with the traditional auction that the other guys do.
Correct, because you're creating a little more. It takes longer, but you're getting every last opportunity to get a bid out there and to get it up there. Where this, well, I don't know. How many times did a number come in after the stop?
None, actually.
Okay, so people that were in. You had set a price that they thought was fair, and that was good. That you got to, as long as you start with a good starting price, that's a great method.
Well, it also helps that, like I was telling Barbarian, it's up to the seller to start it at a price. They would be okay if one person bids. getting it away for. Like I started this X-Men 221 First Sinister at $40. I literally had about $39 in it with grading cost and everything total.
Good.
So I was fine if it had sold just for $40. Thankfully, it didn't, and it's going to a good home. Actually, Big E's of the New York Warriors is getting it.
And he got it for a great price.
Yeah, he did. Value was like 120. I won't mention what he paid for it, but he paid less than that.
Oh, yes.
See Steve Whiting's comment right there?
I will in a second.
Okay, Steve. Wait. Steve, can I tell the story? Because I was about to say the story when we were talking about Scotch tape, but since it's not my story to tell, let me know if I can tell the story.
Hey, J Hood's got a good question. How many lots did you move in the 1 hour?
Well, I will tell you, I timed the other guys, and they average about 8 or so in an hour. We did 13, and had I not had to do a spiel, we would have had about 15 lots in 1 hour.
Wow.
That's great, man.
Wow. That ain't playing.
About that too? It lets people know they got to bid. They can't be horsing around or being on the fence about bidding. If they want the book, they got to bid.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So what's the story we're hearing?
All right, he's giving it to you. He said, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so Steve, this happened to Steve a few months ago. He called me and bro, he was on fire. He bought I believe it was a Werewolf by Night #1. I might be mistaken on a book. He described the book to me, man. Super beautiful copy. Man, at least a 9. And he ripped it with tape, of course.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, Steve. But then I was like, so what did you do with the book? He got so upset, he just tore it to pieces.
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
Dude, he tore it to pieces, man. He couldn't take it. He'd rather have no book than that book and know that it was his fault for destroying such a pristine copy.
Wow.
Yeah, he kind of lost it.
I'm, a little nervous. I've been playing with the, with the erasers and the little cloths and cleaning white spots on the books, and you just got to be really slow and really light and really careful. And I've been testing on some other books, getting some good results, without, taking color off, getting close. You don't even want to use these things on anything color. You're just really trying to whiten up the white spots. And every once in a while, I'll bust out my Amazing Spider-Man Annual 1 and just work on it for a little while, and then blow it off. So
have you? Yeah, he went into a Hulk rage. Have you ruined any books yet?
No, I don't think I actually have.
You have the patience for that.
I've just got the patience to just sit there and whittle away at it, and especially from like a book like the ASM Annual 1. That's mine. I ain't going nowhere. That's my book. I'll just spend as much time as I want on it. It's only going on the wall once I slab the damn thing.
And you do see the difference.
Oh my God, yeah.
Really?
Oh my goodness, man. These things are amazing, especially on white areas for just dirt and funk.
Wow.
So
I gotta do that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Steve went all Hulk rage on that Werewolf, man.
Oh man, that's
I would have took the book, but he didn't give me a
dude.
chance.
This is where I screwed up. Look at me. I'm absolutely checking my language for you, Big Will. This is where I messed up. This is not what I would be saying like at night. Disco in the dark would be dropping F-bombs left and right now. But I had bought that really crazy expensive Spider-Gwen J. Young Lee variant on New Year's Eve. Everybody knows I bought that book, right? Well, I took it and had him sign it, and I was so freaking nervous trying to get the damn thing back in the bag. I think I fucked it up. And I'm like, you're so nervous trying to get this thing back in its bag, and I got the handler next to me because I had it CGC certified, and he's like, "You're killing me, dude. Just do it. Just put it back in the. You're overthinking it."
You get nervous, man.
You get nervous.
I'm putting this as not for kids, so
all right.
You get nervous, man.
And then when I'm walking back, it's just me and the handler looks at me and he goes, "Please tell me you had that thing pressed before you had him sign it." And I'm like, "No." And he goes, dude, get a quick press on it. You know, all right. So there's an extra whatever it costs.
What do you think about the quick press? I will never use it again.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. Seriously. I mean, if someone, that's like, I don't.
The quick
How do you
press.
say no? You know, that's like to the undercoating of the car. You know, I don't know. Yeah, throw it in there. Shit, fuck, I don't know. I'm already buying it. When the handler who's been working this all day says you should probably do a quick press. Yeah, fuck. Okay, yeah, shit.
Do a
Let's
quick
do
press.
a quick press.
Do a quick press.
I don't know.
Will, are you saying the quick press from CCS or just
Yeah.
Yeah, the CCS quick
CCS
press.
one. So
I don't
Jay
think
said he erased some of the color. I showed the X-Men 96 that I erased some color off the cover.
Oh,
Ugh. I don't do any color. Everyone's told don't mess with the color. You would there's this white cloths that have no fibers on them, and I just hit it with the white cloth and and just see what you can get off of there with that. But definitely not erasing the color off of there.
but Jay Hood, he says it's gonna be his book, but I bet every time he goes to look at that book, the only thing he's gonna see is the
spot you missed.
the spot, bro. He'll never look at that book again. He'll just focus on that spot.
Hey guys, last night I was on a Modern Men and we had reviewed this. Have you guys read this?
Man, I have it and I have not read it.
I have not, but they partnered with
was
Black
really
Hammer versus Justice League, so it must be somehow kind of decent.
And
This
that's Lemire. That's Lemire. That's
The
Lemire.
first 6 issues, which kind of talks about these 6 characters. This was really, really good. One of the best things I've read this year. I'm going to buy the next trade on Wednesday when I go to the comic book store. That's how much I enjoyed this. Seriously, if you haven't read it, it's worth a read.
I have it. I need to. I like Lemire also.
Very weak pressures.
When he did it.
It wasn't.
Hey,
It wasn't the more, but now it is a key.
I don't know if you can see this here. I don't know if this will turn. Can I turn this without really fucking shit up? All right, there's the corner. You see the press right there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You even started using it yet?
Nope. I just basically unpacked it about a month ago, and it is sat right there. But right next to it, you can see the little container that it's the humidity chamber.
Uh-huh.
Then the stack of thick paper, and then behind that is the little this silicone paper. This stuff.
Yeah.
So I've got all the accessories. It's just a matter of sitting down and turning the thing on.
So why haven't you? Why haven't you?
Because I've got to get rid of all these damn books, man. I got too many books in the way.
Man, you got the patience. You have so much patience, man.
Yeah.
How can you just wait on not using that? You wait on opening all those boxes, dude. You're something else, dude. I'm opening books walking back from the freaking
From me.
box, dude.
Open them up on the way back to the house.
No, dude.
It's awesome.
It depends on if I know what's in there. The boy who had Seven's box, I had no problem letting it sit because I had no idea what was in there. But if I know what's in the package, I want to get to it,
That's even worse, not knowing.
I opened this yesterday on the Disco After Dark show.
Oh, is that what I think it is? Hold on, you're going big.
Man, I saw the replay of the show, but I didn't catch that part.
ASM number 2 and a 1.0, but
I
in
had
the
to go to
classic
bed.
fashion, with this prompted the discussion. I like Tony Sanders' methodology of
Yes.
getting the major keys or the bigger keys, the really more expensive keys in a lower grade, as long as they present well. So that's the magic. That's the magic, And yes, I picked up an X-Men and I did sell it to Kenny, but it didn't present the way I wanted it to look. That I would be honest with you, if these things are hanging on the wall, I would rather have the front look great and the back cover be half missing, or ripped or somebody scribbled across the back cover, because I don't care. If it was a 1.0 because somebody scribbled a picture on the back cover, but the front looked great, that's what I'm looking for. So
I was on last night with the No Face chat, and Diaz was showing a book, one of his Golden Age books. It was called Arrow something, And I asked him, it was a 3.0, and I asked him what brought the grade down. The front cover was, man, I thought it was immaculate. Of course, depending on what I could see. But
Yeah.
then he showed the back, and that's where all the damage was.
Yeah.
And I'm perfectly fine with that also, man. I'm perfectly fine with that also. It's a beautiful book.
Bubs opens it in the car at the post office. Hey, Jigs, how you doing, man? What's up? Thanks for stopping by that pop-up shop show yesterday, my friend.
I don't know how you could wait. I think that's a perfect way to collect, man.
Yeah, I just got
Especially a kid like that.
You blame the car. That's awesome. Oh hell.
So here's my question: At what point does sentimental thoughts and sentimental value outweigh the real value? Like, when is it okay to overpay to get a book? For example, to get that Spider-Man 2 in a 1.0 or 0.5, yeah, you might be able to get to that money quicker to buy it, but will the value be there later? And if so, great. But if not, at what point is that okay?
I don't know. That's a good question. It really depends on your disposable income and what you're willing to spend. I paid exactly what the GPA is on that book.
Mm-hmm.
And as buyers, we want to get as far under that number as we can. As sellers, they want to get as close to or over that number.
Yeah.
So I like that number. The last sale was 150 over what the GPA was, but the GPA is the GPA, and that's what I offered, and that's what I got it for.
And that book's not going to come down, man.
I would doubt it. I mean,
no, I was just using it as an example because he had it showed up. But yeah, it's ASM. We're good.
There's books that are just almost bulletproof.
Now, what do you think about Werewolf by Night 32? I refuse to buy that now because of how crazy the price is, and I can't even buy a restored copy for the restored price because that doesn't exist with that book right now. People are paying full price for a restored copy. So I have decided to not even think about it.
Now's not the time to buy that book. It's just not
you're talking about Moon Knight, right?
Yeah. It's just not the time to buy that book unless you miraculously come across a great deal. It's just not the time to even look for it. Everybody wants premium prices on that.
You're right. Yeah. I just bought one recently. It's in that stack over there.
I bought mine. I think I paid a lot for mine, but I bought it at the beginning of the year. But that book's almost doubled since I bought it. So I wouldn't buy it now. You just stay away from those books. It was an expensive book before, and there was nothing major except that it was his first appearance.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be crazy.
Do you think when the show comes out, it'll cause a correction? I don't care if it causes the price to go up, but do you think it will stabilize the price? Because right now that book is one of the few books that's price is crazy.
Yes. Depends on the show too, man. Can you imagine it comes out and it's a stinker like in Human?
It could be.
I'm
Exactly.
saying, even if it is a stinker or if it's a great show, do you think when it finally comes out and we see what they're capable of doing with the character, do you think the price will finally stabilize then?
No. I think if it's a great show, that price is just going to keep on going up.
Crazy, especially if it comes out. And now this is a character who really is pretty complex. I had never read any Moon Knight ever. And I read, I don't know whose run it was, but we read a 6-issue run by someone. I think it was in 2014.
Okay.
It was fantastic. And this character is really something that can be worked. He's split personalities. He's got kind of, they are powers. They're mystical kind of goofy powers because of this, I don't want I can't even tell you the origin because it's so confusing to me, but that's really cool. Plus he's kind of like I know he was the Batman knockoff. Everybody uses that, but and there are a lot of similarities between him and Batman. But but there's so much more. He's kind of twisted, and he'll you know,
Dude, and he's a
cut your hands off. He doesn't care. He cuts your damn fingers off.
Yeah.
And people have heard me say it before. Batman will take the Batarang and knock the gun out of the criminal's hands. You know, he wants to hit the gun. Moon Knight will take that thing to cut your fucking hand off, right? He doesn't, you know, he's not trying to knock the gun out of your hand. He wants to cut your hand off. He was great.
When Moon Knight's written well, he is a lot deeper character than Batman.
Yes.
And there's no comparison. But when he's written poorly, he's a white-suited knockoff of Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's so cool looking too.
But he's a character that in a show like this, if they do it right, it could be really cool. Especially to people that don't know the character, and if they portray him right and give you the full split personalities that he has, and it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it's if they do it right, man, that book is just going to blow up.
Yeah, why is Moon Knight worth so much more than Punisher? But is he? Because the first appearance of Punisher is stupid expensive.
I think he is more. I think
Dude, 9.8 of Werewolf by Night 32 set a record $50,000.
Holy
yeah, he's a lot.
Yeah, I'll look up right now what a 9.8 and what is that, ASM 129?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, what do you think it's worth, JB?
9.8.
129. Let's play.
1,700.
1,700? I'm gonna say 12,000. I'm gonna
say 15,000 and
I
we'll
think
see who drops.
1,000 and 9.8. Wow. I have no idea. To be honest. Didn't Comic Man Andy just pick that up? What grade was that? Was that an 8?
like an 8.5, something like that.
Okay. Once it loads here, I'll be able to tell you. Okay, the fair market for a 9.8 is sitting at around $12,000.
Damn! Hiya! You know what? You know, guys, this is another show concept where we can go higher or low. Higher or low. You get one guy to guess, and then the other guy's got to go higher or lower than the guess on what we think the 9.8 value is. Someone just did this. Who did this?
Kenny, wasn't it Kenny?
Who did this?
I did it with Kenny. I'm trying to see if he wants to do a show with him, man. It was so much fun.
That was awesome, man.
I want to do it with Kenny, man, because it was on his show. And
so you got to name that key, and this would be like, what's it worth?
What's it worth? What's what's the fair market value? You know, I want to do it. Dude, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, it's lowered a little bit. Last sale was in November for 12. In June, it was 15. July. In June, it was 14. And then April, it was 15. So averaging it out, it's gone a little down. It's sitting at 12,000 right now.
I've heard that before. I've heard people say that too, that Punisher is the price has come down.
Yeah.
It's actually a good time to buy that book, but the Moon Knight, it's the worst time to buy it now. Another book that's
the worst time for a while.
Saying that. I just bought it. Damn it. Stop saying that.
Oh, wait a second. The FMV has changed.
Oh, shit.
Did you get a graded one, JB?
No. I bought raw. I bought a raw copy.
As soon as it loads here, I'll be able to look at last sales. But right now, the FMV for Werewolf by Night 32.98 is 27,000.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Double. More than double.
I got a quick question for Hialeah.
What?
Who's the guest tonight?
I'm gonna have Los.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, Los is good, man. I'm gonna have Los.
Nice.
Los.
I got it in the lineup right now. I got it on the playlist.
you.
Definitely.
Thank
If
you.
I decide to do a show, if I might go live maybe a half an hour before I do my sorting.
Okay.
Quick lineup.
Awesome.
They have the FMV at 27,000, but last sale was a solid $50,000. That's the record-breaking sale. That's the last sale of a 9.8.
That's crazy.
How do you justify that? Why would
I don't know. You know what's crazy?
that doesn't sound right?
My Grail, Incredible Hulk 181, 32,000 is the FMV for a 9.8. It beats even Wolverine.
That's That's crazy.
I think it's the what is it? Oh my god.
FOMO.
The print run. You think it's the low print run?
I don't know if it's that much low of a print run. It was a Werewolf by Night. Werewolf by Night was a good title. People loved it in the 70s. I don't think it's obviously not as much of a print run as the Incredible Hulk with Wolverine or ASM 129 with Spider-Man.
You see,
but I don't think it was. It probably wasn't even half. It was probably closer than that on a print run.
Maybe it's just just people took it as a throwaway issue, and maybe there's not a lot of nice ones out there. I don't know, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the first? You want to look up one real quick? How much is what's the first Swamp Thing? House of Secrets?
House of Mystery 92 or House of Secrets?
See, you think it's more than that? Because that's like the other Bronze Age Grail, right?
I think it will be under Moon Knight.
Let's check it out.
I think it'll be about the same as the Punisher, if not a little lower.
Oh, that reminds me. Comics for All People. I got your books yesterday.
Yep.
Now, is it House of Secrets or House of Mystery? I'll go with Secret and see what happens.
I think it's House of Secrets. I think it's House of Secrets.
Yeah, DC has too many houses. There's the House of Mystery and the House of Secret.
Need some
Forgot to put in
background.
the number 92.
Yeah. What is going on here?
Yep, it was House of Secrets. Oh crap!
How much is that?
More.
How much?
Well, I'm letting it load to see the last sale, but the FMV is currently sitting at $52,000.
Wow. So that's the top. That's the top Bronze Age book. That's the top Bronze Age book right there.
Yeah, right now it is.
It is. That's the top book.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wow.
That's the top Bronze Age book.
Yeah, my thing's taking a while to load, so
That's all right.
I don't know if I'll be able to tell you the last sale or not. But yeah, it's not loading.
Yeah, that's the top Bronze Age book for sure. Then it's
Yeah.
Moon Knight, and then you got the two big boys. You got Wolverine and the Punisher coming in way under.
Yeah,
Go figure. Maybe it's the print run. I really don't know. Jay Hood had a good point. He said that people just wouldn't take care of those books back in the day. It was a throwaway book.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people don't throw away Spider-Man, though.
true. Well, that's another thing I say. People think that if you have a direct edition from 1979, that you have, or excuse me, that if you have a newsstand from 1979, hey, it's a newsstand. I got a newsstand.
They were all news.
95% of the market in 79 was newsstand. Only 5% was direct.
Right.
But more people took good care of the direct editions because they were direct editions than the newsstand. So when you get to like 1982, 1985, that's when, even though the newsstand outsold the direct edition, you're going to find more direct editions because they were better taken care of.
Right.
What time do I got? Hey, anybody interested in being a guest tonight on Disco After Dark?
If I'm awake, I'll be on.
If I'm awake, I'll be on.
All right. I'll send you guys an invite. Let's see if you're awake, pop on. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm going to go live tonight or not. But last night's show was good. So, there's always something to talk about.
Well, it kind of seemed like you were on the Modern Men and everybody's just shifted over, right?
It was great. Yeah. I mean, when you can bring an audience with you,
Exactly.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then we went right into checking out the trailers, which was kind of slick. If you have, I really enjoyed the Ghostbusters trailer
I haven't seen that
because it oh, you haven't seen it? It was
No, I didn't
great.
see that.
The show, man. That's how I started the show. I started the show
right
by
now.
looking at
I'll
the
share
Wonder-
it. Let's see it.
I started the show with a Wonder Woman trailer and the Ghostbusters trailer.
I caught it like I think
I've seen the Wonder Woman, but I haven't seen Ghost Rider. If you'll share your screen, I'll pop it up and we can watch it right now.
the Wonder Woman. I think Maxwell Lord, right? That's the villain.
I don't know. I think Cheetah is the main villain. I'm not sure, but I know Maxwell Lord is in it.
I think it's got to be Maxwell Lord because the
Well, all I know
fan
is
theory that I heard that made sense because
Yeah.
when you see the trailer, here, let me load it up, man. Let me load it up.
all I know is this is the time. This is your last chance, folks. Justice League #1 from like 86 or 88, first appearance, Maxwell Lord. If you can get it under $10 or $20, it's probably a good spec book. I've already got mine. I got it slabbed and it's been ready to go for a year now. I first found out about it that long ago, and
guys
that's
hear
when I
this?
bought mine.
That's a good. I think that's McGuire artwork. That's a really good book too. It's a good story.
Yeah, I mean, it's got McGuire, Giffen, like
Yeah.
4 or 5 different people worked
It's got a
on it.
real good team on it. It's got a real good team.
All right,
I
so
accidentally found out at Dragon Con that entire team was at the convention, but I didn't know about it, so I didn't have the book. So what I did was I had a print of that cover, and I had them all sign it. So whenever I sell that book, I'm going to sell it with the print with all their signatures on it.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to make it share the screen here, JB.
let's see if this works. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me. If you can't hear me, then I'll switch the audio. Can you hear that?
No,
Nothing.
did you? You did share the audio, right?
I did, but it does. I had my audio in my ear thing, so you can't have that.
Let's see if this all works out with this
Yeah,
technology.
you can hear it.
Now I can hear it.
Technology. We're gonna go ahead and share the screen and the audio to that screen. We'll go ahead and pause our beats to smoke and chill to and see if this works.
It's crazy. We're watching the replay of the replay. Yeah, you may catch a copyright. It's not a strike.
I don't care. I've already got one for something else.
Hey, we got 7 people on this.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this, I thought
It's 10, actually.
we're watching a trailer reaction video. We're doing a trailer reaction video of watching a trailer reaction.
Why don't
video.
I make this go full screen because you're reacting in the reaction that we're watching?
All right.
I think she's done a fabulous job. Gail Gadot. I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. $1984. Man, that was a good year. Good year. Cheers.
I was a year old. How's this the Mandalorian? This Maxwell, the same actor who plays Maxwell Lord here. Last time I saw him on his helmet, he was getting his eyeballs squished out. Yeah, same.
How are they going to figure this villain out? This has got to be a dream sequence, right? Come on. But we never did see him die. He could have jumped out.
He's aged pretty well then. Yeah,
That's
nice
true, that's
60 year
right.
time
That's right.
changer.
Yeah,
I've got a theory I can present after this trailer.
yeah, we'll do theories after. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, you know what? I'm probably gonna get the from the music. That's where I'm gonna
Oh,
get
yeah.
it. They're using the music.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoyed the hell out of the first movie. My kids just loved it too.
Yeah, I enjoyed it until the final act.
Ooh. I love me some M2 Ma Deuce, baby. What the
Just
hell
Spider-Man
was that?
swinging
What was that?
Wonder Woman armor.
Oh, the pantsuit, baby.
I don't understand why she needs the armor if she can just wrangle her arms around and block everything that way. Well, you gotta go see the movie to find
All right, hold on. Now I'm going to jump ahead to the next one.
Can we talk
Okay. They still need to have Metallica's Ride the Lightning play during that lightning scene.
So then I go
It
to
looks a lot better than the first one.
okay. This was crazy.
These are Wells' fruit snacks, man.
And this is the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, this is the Ghostbusters, but what they're doing is it talks about the grandkids. So it's the grandkids of the original Ghostbusters, I believe.
Okay.
All right.
So let me get it. I got it queued up here. I got to change the speaker back because I don't think you could have heard it the other way.
Come on.
Go back to this one.
Here it comes.
And what the hell am I doing? I don't know. What are you doing? Share screen. God, there's too many freaking buttons on this damn thing. Hey, I got a ton of stuff going on over here.
Get you a jitterbug.
All right,
Who's that big button?
Freefield Farmhouse, nice.
Is this Ghostbusters or Stranger Things?
Good question.
Ooh. Ooh. That was cool.
Paul Rudd, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Ah,
Listen, this kid's been appearing in like every
oh,
movie.
this is cool. Oh, shit. Ooh. Your dad? That's Bankman.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh, come on, man. This is cool.
I'm totally digging this.
Egon's their granddad. Calling it now.
Oh, yeah.
The only person digging this more than me is Paul Rudd right there.
Oh, this is so cool right now. Come on. Tell me that's the car. You know it's the car. Come on.
Yeah. Cool. So the shovel's gonna do something. Yeah, big.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Yep.
The gunner seat.
You guys yeah. Remember the toy with the seat that popped out of the side?
All right. What do you guys think of that?
We all have that toy.
Oh,
That is awesome.
sorry about that, Holly.
That's cool.
What do you guys think of that?
I think the sound would have been better.
I'm
We
sorry.
weren't watching someone watching the trailer.
Nice. Yeah.
But
But
I don't think I'm
go
gonna
check
get
out the
it
trailer.
played.
You know, you're talking. So it's the kid or the grandkid or I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah.
just love the fact that they took it. I got kids, you know, so the fact that they took the story down to the kid level instead of a gender swap or a race swap or something to that effect, let's take it down to generation and tell the story like the Goonies of some sort, you know? Yeah,
Well,
let it. I love that with the puzzle to figure out there's a hole in the floor and there's stuff down. This is gonna be
well,
cool.
the Ghostbusters was for kids. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the most part.
And,
I mean,
and
that's why Slimer was in there.
that's the same kid from Stranger Days and from
Yeah. I think so.
Nice. Hey,
Uh,
Los is in the house. He's gonna be
Yeah.
out. Yeah, nice. Looking forward to that tonight. That's
And,
gonna be good.
I don't think I'm going to get a claim on that though, because we're watching a review that watches the trailer.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. I caught it within 10 minutes of the final, you know, logging off while I was in my post chat with the guys. I'm like, ding, there it is.
Well, we got about 59 minutes, almost a full hour on here. We've had about
awesome.
8-9 people the whole time.
Cool.
Thanks everybody for watching. Thank you guys for joining me. My butt's kind of hurting because I'm in this chair instead of my other chair. So I'm going to end the stream now.
Cool.
And we will see you guys later.
Don't forget where to
Say it again.
Say it again. Say it
Don't
again.
forget, we had a good
Good time.
All right.